Hi YouTube, I'm back and we're back in Charlie Vision. Sorry this took so long, kept getting distracted with work, school, yada yada yada, lots of transit time, just death. Um, so now I'm rocking out to Alanis Morissette while I do this. This is going to be my pros and cons video about transition. I don't have many cons because I've had more positive feedback and more positive reactions in my situation. But since I've seen a few more videos on YouTube about it, I thought I'd give it a shot and put my own 2 cents out there. Doesn't mean I've had the best perfect experience, just means I choose to have really amazing people in my life and this is what I get for it. Um, of course, that's a little harder said than done with family because you can't really pick them, but so far so well in that perspective. As you can see, I got my little list to go off of because otherwise I would have forgot. So let's start with the first. Cost. I know I mentioned in one of my earlier videos, but let's reiterate that. Holy shit, does it cost a lot of money. Like, I don't know if anyone else has to pay this much in pills, but I'm paying close to like $100 and a little bit higher than that just to have my pills to keep doing this. And so, dry throat. It's a little tough to get through it sometimes, but you know what? It's worth it. So I'll just keep battling through it and make it happen. That's all I can really hope for. And as far as anything else goes, it's without saying, like, if you want to wear makeup, you have to buy makeup. And you have to bras and underwear and new pants, new shirts, everything to fit the new body proportions and all that kind of stuff. So it can get a little tricky and logistically tricky, especially if you're not working full time. So it'd be really awesome, and I know it's awesome for me to have some backup for that, because on those months where you're like, you just can't make it, you can go to the person who's helping you and be like, hey, can you just give me help me out a little bit, which is nice. And I know not many people have that situation. You know what? I feel horrible for you, but keep doing what you're doing, keep working hard at it. Um, Persist with any healthcare options you can to get discounts on, say, just even your pills. Definitely keep asking questions, definitely poke around, um, and see what your province or state has to offer you, because that would be really awesome. So you don't have to shell that out every month. It's not always the case for some people, but you should give it a shot if you can. Um, and so my next one was social awkward. And I guess what I meant by this was, I don't know if anyone had this sensation, but when you first started to use the women's bathroom, it was awkward. I had my friend with me usually through it, or we'd be out together, and she'd be like, yeah, just go and use it. I'm like, eh. And I'd, purposely hold it in and wait till I got home and just go to the bathroom then. I couldn't get over how awkward it felt to walk into that bathroom with, for however many years I was going into the men's. So I found that extremely awkward and hard to get over. But once I did, we're good. It's really awesome now. It feels like the right bathroom and everything feels good. So I'm happy with it. Sorry, I'm fiddling with my hair. I'll stop. So that's part of my social awkward. And then I've had a few times where people will look at some cards from doing something, say blood work, and then they see old info and the new info, and they go to ask me, and now I kind of roll with it. I'm like, yeah, that's me. And I just don't let it bother me. But before, I would get awkward and super quiet and super shy about it and just try to crawl away from the situation if I could. So I'm very happy that I don't do that anymore. But yes, I've had a few of those situations. Rejection. Now, I am dating someone, so I'm not dating anymore. I'm not even looking for anyone to date. But when I had people ask me questions and, checking out profiles and being interested in me, I was like, oh, this is really cool. This is really awesome that I'm seeing this kind of thing happen. But then you get later down the road of talking to get to know them, and then they find out a little more about you, and it's like, bam, done. I don't know what to say about that, because it's really too bad, because just because something's a little off and not quite 100% female doesn't mean it's bad. And just because you're straight doesn't mean you would be gay by going out with a transsexual, transgender person. It doesn't mean that at all. We're women. You know, there's nothing really different about us. Honestly, just give us a chance. Oh, and another thing that pops into this is the stupid, oh, does that mean you have a dick? How is that your knowledge? Like, why do you need to know? Like, unless you and me are physically active in my bed, why is that information you need to know? Because it's not. Would you like me to go up to you and be like, hey, so what's junk like? Got holes, herpes, it's big, long, wide. Like, do you want me to grill you about your junk? Probably not. If you had some random stranger start asking you questions, you'd probably be completely turned off and want to punch them in the face. So the same goes for asking a transgendered person, what's going on below the belt? Not your place. Definitely rude. I've had a few instances where I want to a few people, so don't do it. For the love of God, don't do it. It's the most awful thing to ask someone. It just really is. Um, so my big thing, I know some of you have heard it before, is body hair. I hate it, loathe it. If I could, I'd just go into laser hair removal and be like, here's enough money to do the whole body, now go. And just get rid of it, because I hate it. Because that's one of the slower changes, so yeah, it's a little bit softer now, but it's still growing in a little bit quick. Still not quite as slow as I would hope. But that'll come with time, I know. But still, it's one of those super annoying situations that I would just, rather not have. Another thing is some of the mental changes, like random bouts of crying or things like that. Things I wasn't expecting. Well, I was expecting and I knew they were going to happen, but I wasn't, I guess, fully prepared for how it happens and how it goes down. And, you can only be prepared for so much. But, in the realm of things, some of the mental changes, I live with. Like, it's not that bad. It was just kind of like, oh, so that's awkward. Where now I wouldn't have cried before that situation. I'm sitting here going, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. So certain things are like, need some tweaking. Some finite tweaking, and then it would be good. And next thing is getting clocked. And I know anyone who's transgender or has a friend that is knows what this means. It's where someone will see you and be like, oh, dude, I think that's a guy. Or, whoa, is that a guy or a girl? Like, it happens. It really does. It doesn't happen as often for me anymore, which is awesome. But when in the beginning of my transition, I had actually a lot of kids. And it wasn't even their parents. The kids would be like, Mommy, Daddy, is that a boy or a girl? It's like, a kid? Really? But yeah, I had kids clocking me at work. And since I work in retail, it's not like it's the most uncommon thing to have parents come in with their kids and do shopping. So there's not much you can really do about that kind of a situation. Because you can't get cranky at them and you can't really get mad. Because they're just a little kid and they don't really know better. So it's kind of unfortunate in that respect. But now that that's done, I don't have any issues. So, now into the pros, because this list is vastly bigger for me, and that makes me feel awesome. Happy, just a general sense of I'm doing awesome and I'm doing what's right for me, and I'm just fucking on cloud nine. Like, I couldn't be happier with what I'm doing. I have all the support from my family, all the support from my boyfriend, my friends, like coworkers. Well, maybe not so much coworkers, but the ones who did work with me know. Oh, they know. But, like, it's just so awesome how happy I actually am. I've never actually been this happy before, so for me, it's like a huge fucking treat. I may not smile all the time, or I may look like super cranky, but you know what? I'm happy. I'm giggly, I'm happy, I'm in a good mood, which is nice. Part of what that mentioned was the support, the endless support I have from, like, my boyfriend, my friends, my family, even some of my mom's side extended family is super supportive. it's almost ridiculous. I hadn't planned on telling them soon, then they found out, and it's all good. So now we're just waiting for my dad's side of the family. But it's just everyone is there behind me. I've got this great network to go into, and I just want to do that for other people, whether it's just me one-on-one with someone, talking with them often and give them that support. I want to do that for someone and just give them that sensation, that feeling of having that, because it's awesome. Next, physical changes. What can I say? They're both a negative and a positive. You got to keep up with them. At the same time, it's like, oh, look at that. I got something new going on in there. So it's really fun, like getting all that growth going on. The first ones, at least, it's super cool to actually see your body change like this. And for me, as a perspective, as we have this power over ourselves to give ourselves these changes chemically, and it's just super cool to watch your body react to how you want it to and how you want it to change. It's super nice. Um, Curiosity. I've always thought this was a good thing. Of course, in respect to boundaries and everything, people have their limits, and so do I. But usually, generally speaking, I'm pretty open about what I'm doing. And when people are curious about to know who I was and who I'm becoming and how everything's feeling and how everything's going and how that affects that and how that does that, it's actually pretty cool to have people ask me those kinds of questions, because then it kind of lets you know people are, they're there for you and they find this very unique that you're doing it. And it's not just you. So it's kind of awesome. Kindness. Like, I just can't, like, even healthcare workers have been super awesome. And I haven't been to a lot of support groups just because I don't personally need it. I guess I should probably go to see if there's anyone I can like start chatting with to give them a little bit of support once in a while when they need it. But I do have a friend in Vancouver, and we're both doing the same thing. So you know what, me and her, we're good. We talk to each other. We share ideas. We talk about what we're doing. We're going through the same thing. So it's really nice to have someone to say, "Oh yeah, you went through that too. Yeah, and okay, so that's how that made you feel." And to get that kind of board to feed off ideas like that, it's really awesome to have. Um, and I've explained this to people before. Before this all started, it felt like my skin didn't fit. Like, it just wasn't quite right. Like, who I was wasn't who I wanted to be and who I felt I was. So as soon as this all started happening and started to really take effect, it felt like I fit. Like, when you find that perfect pair of jeans that just are like, ooh, that ass looks damn in them. That's what it feels like. It feels awesome. Like, it feels like everything is just 100% as it should be, and that's what I'm so happy for, because I wouldn't have changed that for anything. It's awesome that I got to it when I did. Of course, it would have been nice to get it when I was younger, but hey, I've got a good start, so I'm happy. I'm going along. There's been no huge speed bumps in my transition so far, so everything's going as planned, which is perfect. And holy shit, am I more brave. Like, I'm willing to try more things, to explore a little bit, to go on the ledge with certain ideas. And this expands to, like, going on harder hikes, taking pictures, talking to more people, and being, more outgoing about my thoughts and feelings with them and getting to know them better. Being slightly open book, but not, and, just thinking about certain ideas and being like, oh, that'd be really cool. Of course, when I don't have money, it's a little hard to do it, but it's still like, oh, that'd be super awesome to do right now. So I really like that energy to go and try new things, or at least think of new things to try in the future. It's going to keep me very busy once I'm out of school, so I'm looking forward to that. And that goes without saying, more outgoing. Like, I'm just not as shy to talk to people. I'm still like a flirting shit, like, dumbass. So if anyone has some tips out there, hit me up. I could use some, because I'm just woo. I know how to flirt with men a little bit, though in passing, if someone did it to me, I'd probably just not catch on right away, which is kind of awkward, bad way. And since I recently came out as bi, it's like, I don't really look around per se for women. But I've had a few talk to me on Instagram profiles, and it's kind of nice. It's kind of new for me, so I'm not sure how to go there with that. So I'm still figuring that out, of course, and that's going to be fun, but it goes without saying it'll eventually get there. But yeah, definitely more outgoing about that stuff. Still a little oblivious about flirting, but hey, I get better. Um, but that's about all. This video is kind of long, 15 minutes. That's a bit much, so I'll cut it short here. And in case you could hear it in the background, I am rocking out to Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill. I don't care who out there hates her, doesn't think her singing's good, because I do. Anyways, there will be more videos coming up probably around next weekish. I'm going on a little vacation this week, which is awesome, so you won't see me anytime soon, but as of next week, I'll be back. Love y'all. Hope you enjoyed the Charlie vision. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.